So good morning everybody out there on YouTube. I got a little treat for you today. Now this video is going to be kind of segmented because it's a pretty long walk. It's going to be a long video, but I think it's going to be an interesting one, especially if you're interested in southeastern North Carolina. I'm at the foot of Nunn Street, N-U-N-N Street, and I'm walking out towards the Cape Fear River. Now what we have here is a concept that dates back to the 1980s, where the city of Wilmington wanted to bring more businesses and more interest to the downtown area. This Riverwalk was actually completed in 2017 to what it looks like today. And they are continually making small improvements with the railings, because over time things kind of deteriorate. But down here at Governor's Landing, you have condos over here to my left. And this is the very southern end of the Cape Fear Riverwalk. What you're looking there is the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge that first went into operation in October 1st, 1969. And it is one of two main thoroughfares into the city of Wilmington, North Carolina, or exiting the city of Wilmington, North Carolina. And it is a drawbridge that the center span elevates. So it's an elevating bridge. I believe at high tide, it's 65 feet passable and up to 90 feet passable elevated. So you have some boat docks down here at this end, and then you see city of Wilmington downtown area down in the distance. So we're just going to take a morning stroll. Let you enjoy this day. So again, we're starting at the southern end of the Cape Fear Riverwalk. It's an elevated walkway. The walkway area is about 10 to 12 feet, and they have historical placards along the way. And we'll just pause at a couple of these as we walk down the river, and you can take a look at those. You have seating, single seating. You have park benches. Over to my right is the first restaurant, which is called the Pilot House Restaurant. Primarily a seafood venue, but they have other foods as well. And they have an outdoor seating area, but they will also have their menus posted on the outside along the walkway to entice people to come in and eat. Now I will say, during the summer months, on the weekends, this area is packed with people coming and enjoying the day. So they don't have the menus in place today, but you can look at them online. The Pilot House Restaurant, Wilmington, North Carolina. The next restaurant area here is Elijah's. Elijah's is also an outdoor venue with indoor seating. They have contemporary flair steaks, some seafoods as well. Very good. The crab dip here is pretty good as well. You can see they have the outdoor seating area here. Again, no menu posted. Of course, it is October. The river is just absolutely beautiful today. The Battleship North Carolina is going to be up visible to your left-hand side. Now, this building here is a wedding venue building. So in the summer months and the spring months, they will have like an outdoor gazebo here, and people will have their reception of their wedding here along the riverfront. we're coming upon Chandler's Wharf area. So Chandler's Wharf area has some outdoor parking that is paid parking, and then there's a coffee shop, a restaurant in there, other little shops. There's a fine jewelry store over to the right, and then another information placard right over here. Right there. All right, so we're continuing down the Riverwalk. There is dockside boat dock facilities along the edge of the waterfront here. And you can see there's pretty large vessels that come up the Cape Fear River. There you go. But this group of buildings here are privately owned condos on the top floor that also sometimes are Airbnbs. And on the ground floor, you'll have like a wine bar, a tourist office, a jewelry store, nice little outdoor venue. And again, this is the type of yachts that come up the river. A lot of people use Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach as a midway point between New York and Florida, and they will come down here and they will winter their boats. Good morning. In this area. Now this is a tour company that does river tours, and their office is adjacent here, which would be here in this location right here. And I want to just pull up so you can see their signage. And we're just going to pan down so you can see their signage. So there's a couple of different tour operators here in Wilmington. So it is October the 17th, 2023, and it is 45 degrees this morning. I would never have thought that. Now you have a little park area here. We'll kind of walk through the park and then come back to the George restaurant, which is there to my right. So you have all this seating area here, and then you have a sculpture down here at this end. You have a couple of sculptures, and then you have a historical art placard. And then you have the Oddities Museum right there to my right hand side. Now this is Water Street that runs parallel with the river. It goes from Nunn Street all the way down past the Cotton Exchange. They do have dog cleanup stations along the way. And then this is the George restaurant. Very nice to come here on a Saturday or a Sunday. And they do have their menus posted, so I will hold here so you can look at their menus. All right. So again, during the summer spring and summer and early fall months. On the weekends, this downtown Riverwalk is pretty busy. Here at the George, they'll bring out heater units, and then they have canopies that will pull down to cover the area to keep you nice and warm. The building with the garage door over there is an outdoor market. It's got a central courtyard, and there's a bookstore, a herbal shop, makeups, perfumes, clothing, fine crafts, wood fine crafts. And then this is another tour company here that has a small tour boat, and then they have a larger tour boat, which is the Henrietta. So this is a larger tour boat that will do dinner cruises, longer duration cruises here. More information placards along the way, talking about the city of Wilmington and the commerce up and down the riverfront. During the Civil War, the North blockaded the port of Wilmington because it was a vital port to supply goods coming into the Carolinas and being distributed south and a little bit north. So the Union blockaded the entrance to the Cape Fear River to prevent ships from overseas supplying the Confederacy. So this is another tour company, which is the same company that I just showed you the boats of, but they're listed here. They have their tour times, and then you can go to their website and look at their prices. This is a soft serve ice cream vendor right along the riverfront. Very good ice cream here. So this is Ann Bonnie's. It is a floating bar restaurant here along the riverfront, and there's their menu. And it's actually on top of a barge. We're just going to walk up to the here and then kind of pan in and let you see. They're not set up for the day, but you can see that has wonderful riverside views right here. And then you see downtown Wilmington. And again, this is Ann Bonnie's, which is one of my premier choices when I come downtown. Okay, we're going to continue up the river. Now we're at the foot of Dock Street now, which is a cobblestone street. And then Front Street parallels with us. There's several restaurants, bars along Front Street at Dock Street. The Blue Post, the Real Cafe, the Husk, a great Asian fusion restaurant called Yosaki. Republics is in there. Nikki's Sushi Bar is located through there. Then you also have Front Street Brewery. I Love New York Pizza, which is really excellent. Beer Barrio, Bourbon Street, Fat Tony's, the Shuck and Shack. These are all restaurants that are located going up Front Street.
I would have sent you pictures.
Over to my left is the Battleship North Carolina. So along the Cape Fear River here, it's absolutely beautiful day. In the center of the screen, you have the Battleship North Carolina that was commissioned in April of 1941. And at that time, it was considered the largest sea weapon of that era, of that time period. And then in December 7th, 1941, after Pearl Harbor, the North Carolina was still in the Atlantic, and it went through the Panama Canal to enter into the Pacific region and join that area in the Pacific. In September 1961, she was decommissioned and turned over to the people of North Carolina. And then on October 2nd, 1961, she arrived here in the city of Wilmington and was laid to berth in that current location. It is open for tours, daily tours. You can go to the USS North Carolina website and look and see what their times and their prices. It's well worth a visit over there. Give yourself about 2 to 3 hours to see everything. There is a lot of walking, there is a lot of climbing steps, but it is well worth your time. Okay, we're going to continue going north down the river. So to my right in this building are some shops, an ice cream store. Everybody's selling t-shirts. What's really popular about Wilmington is a lot of films have been produced here and filmed here. So as you walk around the city, you will see iconic images that you go, wow, I've seen that before. So for instance, coming up here, you have the area front that would demonstrate film locations like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill. And then we're at the foot of Market Street right here. There's an Italian restaurant there, a wonderful ice cream store up to the right with also ladies apparel stores. And then that's the federal courthouse building right there. And we will continue. So here on the weekends, they will have tour signs up, and this will be your meeting point for tours. And they have some signs here already, so I'll show you those. Watch your footing, because there's a lot of uneven surfaces and cobblestones through here. So they have a ghost walk tour. They are doing the river cruises through here. People are out enjoying the day as we just pan down the river here. So I just spoke with the Visitors Bureau Center, which is located right over here, and indicated that this winter they're going to be redoing the Battleship North Carolina parking lot, which is currently sand and gravel-ish, and at high tide or heavy rain it floods, or there's large deposits of water around. So they're going to redo that, and they're going to do it in a like canal system way to help shed the water, so it's very environmentally friendly. So again, we're at the foot of Market Street here, and if you go up to the stoplight, that would be Front Street. There is a horse-drawn carriage ride that is just down Market Street there. So typically right there will be the horse-drawn carriage. And they do a couple of different tours around the city of Wilmington. And they do accept cash. And as we walk past the federal courthouse building, this is a national landmark historical site building right here. Sorry about the delay there, but wasn't really a delay for you. But we had a couple of F-18s fly overhead and one F-35 fly overhead. Sometimes Air Force 2 will fly into ILM, City of Wilmington Airport, and do practice landings, and you can look up in the skies and see that. So we are an international airport because we get private aircrafts that will come in from the Caribbean areas. land. So there's customs facilities and immigration officers at ILM Airport. The airlines that service ILM is Sun Country, United Airlines, Delta Airlines, American Airlines, and Avelo Airlines. Also United. Did I say United? So you can get a lot of direct nonstop flights from here to Philadelphia, here to Wilmington, Delaware, here to Newark, New Jersey, to LaGuardia, Atlanta, Charlotte, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa. You can catch those flights. So we're just walking on the section of the Riverwalk that comes back out to Water Street. This is a grouping of condominiums here, right here in this first building. And as we come down, they're making the city look beautiful. And then this next taller building is River Place, condominiums and apartments. In the ground floor of the building next to me are shops there. But then you also have Mellow Mushroom, which is right there in front of me. And then Ruth Chris Steakhouse is in there. Also on the ground floor, you have DGX, which is Dollar General Express. And then you have a hair salon and Bank of America. ATMs are in that area. And then the Ballast Hotel is to my left. So we're just going to come up here. Again, that is Mellow Mushroom there. And if you walk up to the top there, at the top of the hill, that's Front Street. So the Riverwalk makes a left-hand turn into our little memorial park here. So we're just going to turn left here. I'm going to pause on some of the signs so you can read those. You have memorial benches as well. Okay, so we're gonna continue back towards the Riverwalk. There's another monument over here. Slowly pan. And then every so often down the riverfront, there are the Riverwalk signage here that lets you know where you are and what's kindly adjacent to the location you're going to be at. And you can look down south, down towards the river, and the battleship North Carolina is over here across the river from us. And here's a information placard about the battleship North Carolina and when they when it first arrived into Wilmington. Kind of unique story about the battleship North Carolina. It was going to be decommissioned, and the children of North Carolina started a campaign to get the ship to come here. And what they did is a couple of things. They collected pennies. They also collected license plates, expired license plates, because back then you would get a brand new metal license plate every year. So they collected those, and then they would go around also collecting scrap metal. And all of these efforts helped to bring the North Carolina here to Wilmington. And this section runs along Water Street, just as before. People enjoying today. And as we walk down, the building to my immediate right is the Ballast Hotel. And the Ballast Hotel is right on the riverfront. They have conventions located here. And then there's a pool on the ground floor just past these tree lines. So we're just going to keep continuing for a slow walk down the river's edge. And then periodically I'll give you a nice pan. There is boat docks along here. And then as you pull up to the boat dock, you call the harbor master. You identify your boat, the length of your boat, and then you'll talk to them about what the rate is per hour or per day or per week to dock along the riverfront. Little bar area here for the Ballast Hotel. And then this section of the Cape Fear River will actually separate. So as you're walking, there's going to be two points of the Cape Fear River. The northeast section of the Cape Fear River and the northwest section of the Cape Fear River. Now, the section that I'm showing you here, where that bridge is right there, is actually, if you go up river that way and you go through a couple of locks and dam systems, you will come to Fayetteville, North Carolina, Cumberland County. So you do have dock space for very large sailing vessels. Every so often there is a coastal cruise ship that will dock in front of the federal courthouse building and allow the people to get off the vessel and tour around the area. But that's a pretty unique experience because it docks in smaller coastal communities. Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah, St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Florida. So if you have the opportunity, take that cruise and skip the Caribbean for once. Coming up here is the Cape Fear Community College Maritime facility, and it's also their Boat Works division. So we're going to make a right-hand turn. But in the view here to the right is the Loft Hotel. And they have a restaurant bar on the very top floor. It's got a great view of the river. Then panning slightly to the left, that's the Embassy Suites in the middle, and we'll pass by that. And then you have the Best Western, which is right there in front of me. It also has the mural painted on the side of it. I don't know if you can quite make that mural out. Right there. But the Cape Fear Community College Oceanic vessel will park there. And we're gonna make our turn here. Alright, so now we're turning back onto the land side just a little bit. Ballast Hotel to my right. Cotton Exchange is directly in front of me, which is a bunch of shops, nail salons, beauty salon, day spa. And then, so here, the signage will start to revert to the ground. And if you see that there's signage here to indicate to you that you're still on the Cape Fear Riverwalk. And then we're walking in the back of where the boat facility is located, where people will take classes to learn how to make boats. So we're still following along the Cape Fear Riverwalk. You can see the signage is on the ground here in front of me. And then there's an information placard that will stop and pause here. Talking about the Cape Fear Community College Nautical Facility, Oceanic Studies Facility. You have picnic tables out here. You have workshops. One of the main doors is open there. But then these are the examples of people, boats that they have built right through here. So you can do everything from woodworking to epoxy and fiberglass. Now if you go to Beaufort, North Carolina, there is a shipwright school there, and they allow you to go into the facility and see the craftsmen working on their different vessels. Another information placard. We're going to walk out here to the point. There's a gate here. I cannot go beyond the gate section, but you can see there is still a little bit of a walkway here that you can get right up against it, in the battleship North Carolina in the background. So we're going to turn. And we're going to walk back over here to the beginning of the Loft Hotel. Inside the Loft Hotel, there's a coffee shop at the street level on Nut Street and Water Street. And then there's also a coffee shop in the lobby. And again, there's a restaurant and bar on the top floor. You do have access from here to the street level if you get tired of walking on the Riverwalk. All right, so the Loft Hotel is actually attached to the Coastline Convention Center, which is located here to my right. They do have smaller activities, special events that are held in that building to my right. And it's a pleasant little walk through here to Sea Oats. You see many people out enjoying today. And then if you would like, you can turn to the right here and go to a parking lot or the front of the hotel, or you can keep walking around the corner here. They do have dog walking stations, so if your dog does do his business, please make it your business to pick it up and put it away. So they do provide you with bags. So you have another dock facility over here to the left, but I I'll be honest, I never ever see a boat docked at this dock here. You can walk up to steps to the right here and go out on that pier that goes to a platform at the end. The other end of that pier goes right into the hotel. But you can climb these steps, go up to the top, and then walk out onto that pier to look north and south down the river. And this is one of my favorite sections of the river here. Over to my right, the taller building is the Embassy Suites. They also have a restaurant inside. I believe it's on level 3. And then at the top up here, right up in there, they have a bar and nice sitting area. Sometimes during the summer they'll have a DJ up there. Great vantage point to see the river. And then we come underneath this large tree. And then we're going to make a left-hand turn here onto this platform pier area, which is brick and cobblestones. Again, there's another dog cleanup walking station. But the reason why this is one of my favorite parts of the Cape Fear River is because in about 20 feet this spot right here, I married my wife 3 years ago. 3 years ago today. And this is a great vantage point. We had to do a flash mob because during the worldwide situation, no wedding venues were open. So all of our friends just came on a Sunday afternoon. They stood around this area, and then when Joy came walking up from the hotel, everyone surrounded us and we performed our wedding ceremony. Now at the end of this pier are two little rotundas, two oval-shaped decks. And this is, again, another great vantage point. Over to my left is where one of the fire boats or police boats will dock. But this is a great place to come take photos. And all this is public access, looking south down the river. A nice, beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous day today. We're going to keep coming this way. We're going to get back onto the main Riverwalk. As we're walking north up the Cape Fear River, city of Wilmington, North Carolina. Thanks for walking with me so far. It's a nice, pleasant day. Everything looks wonderful. So that is just a mirror image, that dock, the way it goes there. So we're going to come down the cobblestones. All right, we're back here at the tree, heading north. You get people riding scooters, like stand-up scooters, Segway style scooters, not moped scooters. And you get people on bikes and e-bikes. In the summer, people will be sitting here playing bocce ball out there on the grass. Sorry about the noise. Looks like they're setting up a tent for maybe a wedding. But we're just going to come around the corner. So the hotel has many events. Also adjacent to the hotel is actual convention center. And they just had a boat show there this weekend. And they'll have wedding venue shows, outdoor event shows, comic book conventions. So you see people exercising. So as we approach this end of the Riverwalk, we're coming up on City Marina, and they are in the process of dredging the entrance out of City Marina, but they have brought in a bunch of houseboats right here. And these houseboats, I believe they're available for purchase, but they're also Airbnbs right here. And I will link the information about how to get one of these overnight, but they're located here at City Marina, which is at the foot of Brunswick Street and Harnett Street. Here's another view of the Embassy Suites and the Convention Center. So as we come up, we're going to make a right-hand turn. Sorry. As we come up, we're going to make a left-hand turn. And we're going to walk along the frontage of City Marina, which is part of the Cape Fear Riverwalk system. Again, you have more benches for seating. They'll sometimes put seasonal signs up. This around 8 o'clock at night, or in the winter time when it gets dark, these lights will turn on that you see above me, so it's well lit. It's also patrolled by the City of Wilmington Police on bicycle, on foot, and occasionally on horseback. So this is a nice, safe area to just have a peaceful walk. They are still planning to do more construction here. This big mound area, that's going to be another high-rise apartment condo building being built here. Watch your step, because there are elevation changes. But here's another information placard to kind of give you information about what is in this area. And then we're going to make a left-hand turn and walk down the Riverwalk here. So we're turning left. So again, that's Pier 33 apartments to your right, Airbnbs to the left, and you can see, I'm going to pan here so you can see this. Hope you can make that out. I don't know how many units they have available, but by the looks of it, there's at least 20 different units. Some have slightly different styles. Little areas to sit. So the docks here are secured gate sections. Okay. So this is City Marina here in Wilmington, just at the end of Brunswick Street and Harnett Street. And I'm looking north, and you have the Shell, which is like an outdoor music venue. You have Marina Grill, which is a restaurant with outdoor seating. They do concerts there. And then this is Pier 33 Apartments. And the marina office is in this building at the far end. Alright, so this is the last segment of the Cape Fear River Water Walk. So again, it's an elevated walkway over the Cape Fear River. Very windy day, so I'm sorry about if there's any background wind noise. This is a yacht that is typically docked here, and they do charters off of this yacht. And you can go to their website and look. I'm looking for their signage. Typically it's in the window right where I'm pointing. And then again, you have Pier 33, Marina Grill to the right. That building in the center is now, it belongs to the city of Wilmington, and on the top floor is going to be city council members' offices and the mayor's office, and then some other government facility buildings, offices in that same building, and then some private rental space in that building. And then this is the Metropolitan Apartments, which are riverfront. It's kind of like an L shape. They do have a parking garage with other apartments. You see people enjoying the riverfront here. So people enjoying the day, people will walk down the river. There are areas for little stools and benches along this way. You can look back here and see there's benches. It's about a 12-foot walkway, and they have all these little cutouts. Now, I don't know the completion date on this apartment unit, but you can see they have 5 floors of apartments, river facing. And then the ground floor units look like they're going to have their own private gardens or patios. And then as you look here, here are some seating areas as well to enjoy the northern portion of the Cape Fear River. People will come out here fishing, and they have caught things out of this river, but I'll be completely honest. Just north of the bridge in front of us is several chemical plants. And a couple of years ago, one chemical plant was having issues with their waste, so I would not really eat any fish out of the river, at least this part of the river. But that's my personal opinion. Then you have more river-facing Live Oak Bank Pavilion park-facing units. And then the area that we're approaching here is Live Oak Bank Pavilion Park, right along the riverfront. So in this area, close to the Metropolitan, is a great vantage point. You can clearly see the stage and the music venue. The music sounds really good along the riverfront. Not so great inside on the lawn section, because you get a lot of echo bouncing off the parking garage, the building, and then the other apartments that are adjacent, which would be the Flats and then Sawmill Point. So there are access points from the Riverwalk into the Live Oak Bank Pavilion. But during concerts, this is a ticketing access point through here. And I'll give you a separate video tour of the park one day. But we're just going to walk along the boardwalk. See that they're letting the vegetation come up to hopefully block the stage, because during popular concerts, this area of the boardwalk where I'm walking now is packed with people. But it's a public access walkway, and as long as you don't block ease of movement, they can't do anything about it. Wind's pretty heavy today. See, there's people enjoying the walk here. And we're coming up behind the stage. Now, the stage here, you would think you'd be able to see the concert, but they actually put this acoustic screening up for their light show, and it keeps the sound from traveling back this way. So all of that is completely blocked off. You cannot see it during a concert, but people will come and they will park boats in the waterway, tie boats up together, have a big old party, and then we're gonna make the bend here. This is also a marina here. These slips are available for rent. I think the price point is like $380 to $580. You would need to consult with the management company, but I believe that's the price range. And then shore power, I believe, runs around $50 a month. And then that's the foot of Cowan Street with the flats and Sawmill Point. And we're continuing to come up this way. Again, the wind is really gone. But there is slip spaces here, and if you opt to have your boat here, there's amenities inside Sawmill Point, a laundry facility, bathroom and shower facility if you have a boat slip, which is down by the clubhouse, and then the main building. But you can see Sawmill Point is 4 stories. A lot of the units, more than half the units, are river facing. And then this is the management company for the boat slips. Here, I'll pause so you can see that. And then if you live at Sawmill Point, you have a secure gate entrance there. Along the riverfront, you have 3 secure gate entrances. Beautiful view. Sometimes the bridge will elevate and a chemical cargo ship, container ship, will come through there, and it's kind of impressive to see that. So again, we're continuing. This is the very final portion of the Cape Fear Riverwalk. Now, if you look here at Sawmill Point, this building is front facing. We have Adirondack chairs, we have hammocks, several 1 and 2 bedroom units. Yeah, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom units. The stack in the middle with the A-frame, that's actually a 1 bedroom unit with an extended balcony. And then come up on Sawmill Point's clubhouse. But these are the only apartments along the Cape Fear riverfront that has a true green space. All the other ones have small little gardens, but they don't have a true green space in front of their property. This is the view in the morning. Get beautiful sunsets through here. Actually, beautiful sunset. Here's the second gate entrance into Sawmill Point. It is a key controlled gate entrance. And then here's the clubhouse, where you have outdoor grilling stations. You have an indoor screened dining area. You also have a little sitting patio area here. Have a small kitchenette, which has an ice maker and countertops. But if you need to bring microwaves or things like that, you can. And we're getting ready to end this end of the Cape Fear Riverwalk. So now it turns to sidewalk. There's going to be another entrance over here on the right hand side to allow you to get into Sawmill Point. Which is here. Again, it's a controlled gated area right there. And then as we're coming up, a little bit more sidewalk. We're almost at the very end, and the end of this portion of the Cape Fear Riverwalk actually ends on Nut Street, which is the road that separates the Flats Apartments and Sawmill Point Apartments. There is street side parking, but rarely can you find street side parking. All right, going to make our final turn here, and we're on Nut Street. So thanks for walking with me down the Cape Fear Riverwalk today.